Yo, what's happening, guys? Hopefully the microphone is working. Using the wireless mic today. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of photography today, and we'll do a little bit of photography editing, and then we'll throw that stuff up on Mercari, and hopefully we'll get some stuff that sells. So what we're doing today is a couple of Santa ornaments. They are from a couple of different decades. First, we've got, who's first? Probably like this guy. So we got this one. There we go. The box is for a Santa of the 1960s, but unfortunately, it is the wrong box. Oops. It is not 1960s Santa. It is in fact, oof, these little dust particles. Not dust, packing stuff. It is in fact 1980s Santa. Don't focus on me, focus on Santa. There we go. That's pretty cool. Got Walkman, got cell phone, got a boombox, little bike. Neat. So we'll take pictures of him today. We'll leave him out for the moment. And then we've also got Santa of the 2000s. What's he got going on? A globe, a yin yang symbol, moon boots, rockets. We got space motif for the 2000s. Here he is. Say hello, 2000 Santa. Ugh, this guy. So that's cool. Let's get him back in his styrofoam. Put him down. And our last little Santa for the day. Oh my god, I'm covered in styrofoam. The last little Santa for the day is going to be this fella, our 90s Santa. A personal favorite, close to my heart. 90s Santa has a little laptop, rollerblades, a little backpack, cute little backpack, and that's about it for 90s Santa, but that's pretty cool. We can get a good view of that. Yeah, so we've got 3 Santas. We'll be photographing all of them. So let's get started. Let's go chronologically. We're going to start with 80s Santa. And we'll move the camera a little bit so you can see better into the light box. Let me set this guy up first. 1980s Santa. Should probably put his little hanger behind him. Got a piece of tape on him. Make sure you're looking good, Santa. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. Put him in there and get all of our styrofoam out of the way. There you go, Santa. And I said 1990s Santa was a personal favorite, but the 80s Santa is pretty cool. I like his style. I like his trimmed up beard. You're a cool guy, Santa. All right, let's not spill the coffee. That is lukewarm, delicious. All right, let's move you over a little bit so we can see into the light box here. Let's see, move the camera down a little bit. Let's adjust. There we go. Can we see Santa? Not quite. See how far this cable will go. There's Santa. Here you are, buddy. Cool. Let's move him over just a little bit. You can see him a little better. There he is. Get all of our little dust particles out of the way. All right, Santa, you're up. 1980 Santa. So first we're going to photograph him just by himself. We'll get all the different angles of him, and then we'll get pictures of him in the box. But one of the most crucial requirements for taking photos with a camera is that you have an SD card and somewhere to store your photos. So pop that in there. Beautiful. All right, Santa. See what you got. So I said in the last stream, but I usually like to shoot these. Is the camera flipped? Oh, it is flipped. Let's unflip it real quick so you can see the correct version of this. There's my neck. That's fun. There's Santa. Move you over a little, Santa. There you go. See if we can't move the camera a little bit more. We hung up on the wires here. We're hung up. Okay. There's Santa. So, like I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by me, I usually like to shoot at, whoop, there it is. Let's get the ring light off of there. Usually like to shoot at, that's way too high, 200 at f11 with the ISO of 100 and with the flash on, obviously, using the ETTL for the flash. Let's see here. We're gonna do like a hero shot where he's looks super tall, like this. That's not tall enough. It's 35 millimeter. Let's get a little closer. And we'll focus on Santa's face. Make sure he's nice and centered. It's a little tricky sometimes though, because even though Santa's standing in the center, he's got his presents off to the side, so you make sure that the whole thing is centered, but that looks pretty good. Happy with that. See Santa's face, all those little details. But just for good measure, we'll go a little bit higher. Make sure we get good coverage for good old Sandy Claus. We got kind of straight on and then a little bit lower too. So we can play around, see which one we like better. Let's turn him around. Make sure we see the back and all the details of Santa. We'll do the same 2 shots, a lower one in case we end up liking that one more. That probably be a little closer. There we go. Beautiful. We'll do our higher up one. More dead on. Cool. So we got low and high. And we'll do some side shots too. We really want to show off how cool these Santas are. This one I feel like we can do from dead on though, because if we go too low, we won't be able to see some of the details like of the cell phone. So make sure Santa's nice and centered. And click. Beautiful. Excellent. Turn him. Turn yourself, Santa. And make sure his face is in focus here. There we go. Make sure we're getting all of Santa in frame. Excellent. Cool. Got our 2 side shots of Santa. So now, what we can do is put his box together. Where's his little, there it is. Oh my goodness, there's so much styrofoam here. Good Lord. Well, I guess we don't need the styrofoam in the box while we're photographing it, because we're going to put Santa back in the box anyway, so why stuff it? All right, we'll put this box in there with Santa. It's a little strange because, like I said, the box is not the correct box for the Santa. Weird image, but this one I think we can do from low so they really fill the frame and feel big. And I think the box is a little bit closer than Santa. So we're going to focus on the Santa face on the box. We'll make sure everything's nice and centered. And that is why I like shooting in 5:4 because you get those lines on the side. You can kind of frame it up a little bit better than with just the grid lines. Make sure we're super centered. There we go. Maybe a little more dead on. Not quite, just a little off the ground. Maybe like right there. Yeah, I think that's better. There we go. And that looks pretty centered. Yeah, I think I like that one better. Get a little bit more breathing room on the bottom. Cool, so we'll stick with that one. That's 1980 Santa in the bag. Let's pack him back up. Come here, Santa. Make sure you sit nice and pretty. That's a fun sound. Squeak. All right. Santa's little coat is gonna, might be a bit of a problem here. It's kind of sticking out a little bit. There you go, Santa. You just take 5 in there. Oh my goodness gracious, the styrofoam. All right, moving on. Jumping from the 80s to the 90s. Oh, where's the 90s? There's the 90s. Come here, 90s Santa. Come here, little buddy. Please don't bring any styrofoam out with you. Sha. All right. I think we're styrofoam free. Oh no. Santa's little thing just wants to spring forward. Come on, dude. Can you cooperate a little bit? Maybe we can like tuck it behind the star back here or hook it on the. Yeah, there we go. Hook it on the tree. Beautiful. All right, little buddy. Your time to shine. Well, I think for the individual photos, I like the dead on ones more than the from the bottom ones. So we'll stick with those going forward. Cut down on our shoot time. All right, Mr. Santa. Let's see you in action. There you are. Move our focus a little bit. And make sure we're nice and centered. That feels not straight, but I guess we'll see. Oh, yeah, looks pretty straight. Pretty good. Got all your details in there, Santa. All right, let's do our back. That is a pretty cool jetpack. Jetpacks are pretty 90s, right? Like jingle all the way. Okay, we'll focus on your hat, Santa. There we go. Looks good. Yep, same stature as the other photo. All right, let's get the sides. and I don't know if you can see, I'm sure you can, the camera, but our flash is pointing toward me and up a little bit because the direct flash on the Santas is a little too harsh. So we're bouncing it off of the light box and it's coming back at Santa in a diffused manner. We get nice even light. Let's flip you around, bud. Oh, you are dropping styrofoam. I do not want to have to edit that out later. All right. Mr. Kringle, please hold still. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one. Cool. All right, we got front, back, side to side. Let's put them next to the box. Where's your box, Santa? There we go. Looks like his little tassel has sorted itself out. And I think Santa's in front of the box this time, so we'll focus on him. Make sure we get enough breathing room in the image. And everybody say Santa. That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, that's 90s Santa right there. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, wait, no, that was 2000 Santa. Well, not that it matters, but I did want to go chronologically. Dang. I guess the 90s are 2000s are jetpack. Oh, that doesn't really track for me. Jetpack seemed like more of a 90s thing. Let's see. How did you fit in here, bud? Aha! We figured it out. Right, back in your box. Zoop. And our final Santa is going to be 90 Santa. Here we go. Sha! 1990 Santa. With your little backpack and your netbook and your rollerblades. Santa doesn't get much cooler than that. Except for maybe 80 Santa. Maybe. Whoop. There we go. All right, Santa. Another tassel issue. There we go. Sandy Claus. Let's see what you got, bud. Make sure he's nice and centered with enough breathing room for the feet. We could probably stand to make him a little bit bigger in the image than that. Like right about there, perhaps? There we go. That's a little better. That was the original. Not sure how well you can see that. There we go. That was the original. And that's the new one. So he's a little bit taller, a little bit closer to the lens. He's facing it a little bit more evenly. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do the back. Make sure we fill up the image as much as possible so he looks big, not to be deceptive, but just to use as much of the image as we can. Looks good. To our sides. Yep, that's good. And last side, and then we'll do our box. And then we'll move on over to the computer station here. Make it a little bigger, Santa. There you are. Perfect. Let's get our box. We'll put 90 Santa away very gently. There you go, bud. Oof. And let's get him back in his box. There you go, pal. You are all set. All right, so we got our 3. Oh, shoot. Wow. I'm a big dummy. We didn't take a picture of Santa next to the box. Dedoy. All right, come back out. The people want an encore, Santa. Gotta give the people what they want. There we go. All right. Pop this box in the light box. Sha. Santa back in there. Requested by popular demand. As many bits out of the light box as we can. So we're looking like a professional outfit here. And looks like the box is a little bit closer. Let's focus on that. A little to the right. There we go. That's like, boom, like perfect. Oh yeah. That's a Santa box image right there. Cool. All right, now we're done. Now we can put Santa away. Let's get the camera turned off. Put our lens cap back on. Apparently I'm hungry. I don't know if you can hear that over the mic, but I can hear it. Come here, Santa baby. Pretty sure you go in this way. There you go, bud. Slip you back in. Cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, and we are selling these individually. Otherwise, I would probably take a picture of all 3 of them together. But they're going individually. So let's go ahead and transition on over to our little workspace here. We'll get our background turned back on. One moment, please. Ding, there's our background. And here I am. All right. So what we're going to do real quick, well, I'm going to move a lot of stuff out of the way because there's too much stuff in the way for me to do this properly. Let's move some things and some stuff. Never forget the stuff. That's the most important part. Okay, so still working here? Yeah, we're still working. I'm going to get these into Lightroom here, and we'll do a little bit of editing. But the only problem is we're going to have to make a different because the microphone is going to disconnect in a moment. Yes. I think we're using, wow, gotta get this straight here. Sorry, guys. Things out. All right, I think we have camera and I think we have audio, I believe. Let's switch real quick to the. Nope, can't do that. Okay. Trying to figure out the camera here. Camera and audio situation was not well planned for by me. Oh boy. Let's see. That's what I want. Get rid of that. Okay. There we go. Yo, what's poppin'? Just trying to figure out. Okay. I think we got it figured out here for the second. We got audio, we got video. We should be okay here for the moment. So let's go ahead and get Lightroom open and we'll share that screen. Do. Audio good? Good to hear. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's pop open Lightroom and we will make sure that we get our Santas looking pristine. Nobody wants Santas looking not pristine. Yes. We don't need no dusty Santas around here. Oh, there's our Shakespeare books we were working on last time. We're just going to pile this all into the same category here. Let's import some photos. Soon as Lightroom finishes loading here. We are editing some photos we just took of some Santa Claus Christmas ornaments. Let's share this window. All right, there we go. Put that up. There is our window. Perfect. Put me down here. Cool. And let's import some photos. From our. Come on now. Did it not show up? It didn't show up. Let's try again. Click. There it is. Let's grab all of our Santa photos, which I'm pretty sure will be all the way at the bottom down here. Videos. There's our Santas. We'll take you. Oh boy. So like this, is it? Tell you what, I'll just drag them in from a Finder window. That'd be much easier. Much faster. There's all our Santas. Pop you guys in here. Yep, that's everybody. Cool. Let's get to editing. Where's our first Santa? So like I've said before, I shoot in a form, but that's an easy paste. We'll just change this one to the original, Badoop, and we'll copy those crop settings, and we'll paste them across all of our Santas. We'll let that get to work. And I want to open that. All right, are we pasted? Yes, I think we're pasted. All right. Oh, we're almost there. We go. Okay, let's take a look at our first Santa here. So we decided while shooting that we did not want to use the lower images. We wanted to use the more head-on images. So let's get rid of those two. See you later. Cool. All right, Santa. That actually looks pretty good already. Shouldn't be too much that we need to change. Maybe a little more contrast. Maybe lift the shadows. Not even. That looks pretty good already. Maybe bring up the whites a little. Yep, that's fine by me. I'm okay copying those. Let's see. We should have no problem pasting it across all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure they look good. You never want to just blindly paste. Oh, right, we have other photos, other angles. That angle I like much better than this angle. Let's get rid of that. That's good. That's good. I do want to get rid of these guys, though. These little streaks are so unsightly. But we won't go crazy with it. We won't spend all day getting rid of streaks. I just want to kind of clean things up a little bit. Like this is bananas over here. I need a new backdrop. Or I need to learn how to clean the backdrop I have because that ain't doing it for me. Just clean that up. There we go. Cool. All right. Got 2 of those. I think I like the second one better. There's, yeah, a little more breathing room. Get rid of that. Bye-bye. This one does need to be tuned up a little bit, though. It's a little dark. Let's bring the exposure up a little bit, and we'll get rid of some of those shadows. We'll bring up the whites. There we are. Bring the highlights down a little bit, increase the contrast, and bring up the exposure just a little more. Maybe more whites. And that beard is too bright. Bring the whites down a little bit. There we go. Less shadow. Looks pretty good. Let's transform that. Transform. Yep, we are popping Santas. Popping them good. All right, this Santa is blown out a little bit. Lower his highlights a tiny bit. There you go. Exposure up a little, shadows out. Maybe a little more on the whites. That looks good. Let's copy those. Yep, should be good on these guys. Cool. Yo, Dr. Manuel, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. All right, that's 2000 Santa. All right, the box image. I feel like we can just copy these settings from 80 Santa for the box image. That should work. For 2000 Santa, yeah, that looks good. I mean, the highlights are a little strong, but otherwise, that looks good to me. Let's see if we can't just copy regular Santa's settings and put him on 90 Santa. Where you at, 90 Santa? There you are. Oops. Paste. You gotta work smarter, not harder, right? Right? And then we'll copy our box. Up. And paste. Nice. Nice. I like it. So we will get these photos exported. Let's call it Santa's. All right, let's start with 80 Santa. I like to export them separately just to keep them organized, you know, with the naming, even though they're all going in the same folder. Let's say 80s Santa. We'll export him to our desktop in our Santa folder. Santas. Let that happen. 0 of 5. Last time exporting photos took a little bit of a toll on the computer since we're streaming at the same time, but hopefully it's not bananas this time since we're not exporting like 20 photos at one time. Just 5. Just taking it easy. 3 of 5. 4. Oh, we're almost there. Beautiful. Let's do our 2000 Santa. Come here, buddy. We'll change our name, obviously. 2000 Santa. Zoop. And last but not least, 90 Santa. But what happened to that picture? Did it not get edited? Let's copy these and paste. See which one we like better, because I'm pretty sure I liked the second one better when we were shooting. So, paste. No? Were we too busy exporting photos? Or did we paste and the image just looks like that? Because, yep, the flash was a little different. No problem. We'll raise our shadows. And maybe our exposure by just a little bit. There we go. Let's use that one for 90 Santa instead of that one, because that's a little too far away. Here you go, bub. 90 Santa. There we go. All right, let me, while that's happening, get yes. I want to make sure I'm not doubling up on audio here. Just make sure we're looking good. We're still good on audio. I hope so. Somebody let me know if we're still good on the audio. Let's get Mercari pulled up over here. And we'll switch to that window. And I already did the ChatGPT research for these items, so it should be pretty quick. We should be able to just copy and paste. The only issue is going to be the
tags, the hashtags. I always have trouble with those. Everybody's hashtags are different, you know. Things are popular differently in different places, if that makes sense. You got 1,000 hashtags for one thing on Instagram that has 10 uses on TikTok, or you know what I mean. I hope. I kind of know what I mean. Sorta. All right. So we are going to stop sharing Lightroom, and we're going to punch on Mercari. Boop. Let's throw that up. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to list an item. And we did sell an item today, by the way. Somebody purchased the Christmas Cove Lighthouse, which is pretty cool. Just made an ad for that the other day. That's up on YouTube and TikTok. So I hope somebody saw that ad and found our Mercari shop and made a purchase, because it's a cool purchase. It's super cool. All right, let me grab some photos here. Let's upload our photos. We're on our desktop in our Santa's folder. And we'll start with 80s Santa. There you are. And we'll see what ChatGPT has for us. The 80s one, let's see. This charming Santa ornament from the 1980s by Midwest of Cannon Falls captures the nostalgia of the era. Dressed in a red suit with a vintage flair, Santa is seen holding a classic corded phone and a cassette player, embodying the spirit of 1980s technology. At his feet is a bag of toys, including a robot, a toy car, ready to bring joy to children. Perfect for collectors or as a unique addition to your holiday decor, this ornament is crafted with incredible attention to detail. Its nostalgic design makes it a conversation piece for any Christmas tree. Add a touch of retro charm to your holiday celebrations with this delightful keepsake. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's throw that in there. I probably should have been doing the hashtags instead of reading the whole thing out loud, but whatever. Whatever. Let's get our description here. Whoops. There we go. So now you can't see the ChatGPT window, so you just see my cursor moving around, but trust me, things are happening. There we go. All right, hashtags. Ornament. Right, for sure. What else? Christmas, obviously. We have any suggestions in the chat for a hashtag? Santa, obviously. Santa Claus is probably also a good ad. Any suggestions? I mean, Christmas ornament is probably a good one. Let's go 80s. That might get lost in the shuffle. 80, well, it's not a toy, so we'll just go 80s. Santa Claus is probably good. And last one, what's the brand? Midwest? That's probably not popular on... Oh, Midwest of Cannon Falls. Son of a gun. There it is. Well, let's include that in case somebody's specifically looking for this brand of Midwest. There are no signs of wear on them. They are very well taken care of. And let's see. How much do you weigh, Santas? Let's find out. All right. This is 80s Santa, who is in the 60s box. Let's see here. I think this Santa weighs, I'm going to say 11 ounces. Let's see. Wow. Wildly overguessed. It's 4.4 ounces, including the box. So with shipping, we'll say just to be safe, we'll say 8 ounces. Yep. Ooh, up to half a pound. That's 8 ounces, huh? Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to set these guys at $15. Make almost $10 on them when we get our sell. Let's make sure these guys are in the correct order. We want to show off Santa with the box first, front, back, side to side. Cool. That looks good to post. Let's do it. Boop. Nice. All right, let's sell our next one. That was 80s Santa. See ya. And let's move on to 1990s Santa. And our title is Midwest 1990s Santa Claus Christmas Ornament with Tablet and Rollerblades. We're going to change that because we proofread our ChatGPT thing. It's not a tablet. It's a PowerBook. It's a netbook. Let's say PowerBook. That's more fun. Santa Christmas Ornament with PowerBook and Rollerblades. We make sure that the description relive the 1990s with this delightful Santa ornament. Blah, 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 blah. Blast from the past, rollerblades. Where's that? Happy Holidays PowerBook. Symbolizing the tech boom of the decade. Rollerblades. Yep, that looks good. All right. What were our hashtags? Santa, Santa Claus, Christmas ornament. What was that? Midwest Cannon something rather? Cannon Falls, that's the one. Midwest Cannon Falls. 90s, I mean. 90s and St. Nick. 402, that's it. I can't remember what the other one was. What was the other one, chat? Oh. Santa Claus, Christmas. I mean, this is not all that important. I don't need to be hemming and hawing over this. Let's just go with seasonal decor. And it is Midwest, and it is like new, and it is up to 8 ounces. Yep. And 16. All right, if you want to set this at 16, let's say $14.99. That gets us almost $10. What does $15.99 get us? $10.65. Let's do $14.99, and we'll change the pricing of the other one. I've been enjoying changing things to $14.99. I don't know why, or not $14.99, but adding the 99-cent price to things. I feel like it looks better. Put Santa with the box out front, back, side to side. Santa, you're ready for another ride. List. All right, that's 90 Santa. And lastly, we've got our 2000 Santa. Sell another item. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what our old friend ChatGPT has to say. Oh, you know what? That one. It didn't do one for that because the box for the 80s Santa is different. It did a description for 80s Santa, 90s Santa, and 60s Santa because 60s is what's on the box for 80s. Are you following? Because I'm not. I'm lost. Do a description for. Wait. We're doing 2000 Santa now. Yeah, we did 80s, 90s, 2000s. I'm getting confused. Let me give ChatGPT a picture. Desktop Santa's. Sorry, one moment. One moment. Okay, let's see what it comes up with for 2000s Santa, because we don't actually have 1960s Santa. Oops. Midwest 2000, there we go. Beautiful. Midwest 2000 Santa Christmas ornament with globe and modern details. We're going to rearrange our photos first here so we don't forget. Front, back, side to side. Let's get our description in there. Cannon Falls Santa. Got to proofread though and make sure there's no hallucinations. Midwest Cannon Falls ornament optimism. Raised finger pointing toward the future. Bag of toys at his feet. Perfect for collectors. Modern twist. Touch of nostalgia. That works for me. I like it. Christmas. Ornament. 2000s. What's the name of this? Midwest. Cannon Falls. I gotta remember that. Christmas decor. Seasonal decor also works. We did that. And one more. What do we think? Oh, duh. Santa. Santa Claus. Christmas decor, Midwest, like new. UPS ground. Oh, you know what we should do though? We'll go back into the other one and we'll make sure that we note that the box for the 80 Santa is not. Please take note. You are getting the figurine, not what's on the box. $17. Interesting. Why did we move up to 1 pound? I don't think it's going to be 1 pound. Thing weighs 4 ounces. Let's put it at 8 ounces. Although, does the pricing change if we go up by just a little bit? Because $6.34 versus $5.34. Yeah. Well, a dollar difference isn't gonna kill us. Dollar difference, front, back, side to side. Cool. Yep, I think that's all good to go. Now let's go back into that other listing. First of all, we'll change that pricing to match the other ones. And we got to come in here and say something along the lines of, oh, look, something went wrong. That's fun. You want to try again? No? Okay. Let's try reloading the listings and we'll jump back in from there. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, I had coffee at one point, didn't I? That's probably ice cold by now. That's all right. Let's see. Come on, Santa. Come on, Santa. And looks promising. Could it be? Yeah, nice. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Let's edit this guy up. Edit listing. We'll put it right at the front. We'll say something like, please be aware, take note, be aware that the Santa ornament is the 1980s variation. Gotta spell variation right. And the included box is for the 1960s variation. This Santa ornament, this 80s Santa ornament. Wow, I am not spelling well today. Does not come with the original box, but a replacement. And asterisk. Cool. Update. Nice, 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 nice. Let's take a look at our profile before we finish up for today. There we go. Nice. We're loading up on Santas. We got 4 Santas. Yeah, so the Department 56 Lighthouse sold, which is super cool. Hoping to get some purchases on these other guys too. The China Trader, my favorite, and the Sleepy Hollow House. And it looks like today, whoever bought the People of the World figurines, it showed up for them. So hopefully whoever bought that is enjoying that at the moment. But yeah, that's our stream for today. We're almost at an hour. That's usually about what I do. Hour, 2 hours. Today it's going to be an hour, but we only had 3 things to photograph. So what are you going to do, right? But anyway, let's get rid of Mercari on stage there, and we'll have just me. And this mic isn't doing anything anymore because we had to switch cameras. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I know this is probably not as exciting as some other things you could be watching, like skydiving or lighting fireworks in an enclosed space or something. Don't do that, by the way. That's not safe. You should definitely not do that. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but we are about to sign off for the day. Thank you for coming and thank you for hanging out, Dr. Manuel. It's always good to have you on, checking things out, making sure everything's in line. And yeah, we are probably going to stream a little bit later on tonight. We're doing more Killer Frequency, answering some phone calls at the radio station and acting as 911. Last night did not go so well. That stream is up on our YouTube channel, as well as our Twitch here, Chapter 2 of Killer Frequency. We made some bad choices, some poor choices. I have not played this game before. I have not looked into any kind of strategy guide or anything like that, so it's going exactly as well as you think it would. People are... Anyway, you should check in. You should check the stream out and see what's going on. But for right now, we're going to say adios, and thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it.